Hi everybody, it's Jeff. Hope you're all doing real well today. This is going to be part 15 of the MiniArt US Armored Tractor 1/35 scale. I hope all you guys that are in the northern hemisphere are staying warm today, and those in the southern hemisphere are staying cool. It's been something else. It's this. Let's see if I can show you. This is Celsius, minus 17 Celsius here right now, which is what, right around 1 Fahrenheit, something like that. Close to 0. Anyway, won't be opening the windows today, that's for sure. Had a great time at the party yesterday. It ran a little later than I had thought, and I'm kind of tired today, but that's okay. Let's work on this frame for the blade today, okay? Alright, let me switch the camera around and I'll be right back. Thanks. Okay, we've got this frame we need to put together, and it's in 2 parts. So we've got a seam all the way around. So what I'm going to have to do is glue this and clamp it for a little while. Okay, let me show you on the instructions where we're at. Okay, this is step 74. We did step 72, 71, 72. I have not done 73. I didn't put the little pins in that hold this bracket in yet. We will soon. So on 74, we've got some pieces to put together separately. So we've got this. This is part of the frame here, and then we've also got this, which will be the lower part of the frame. Now, I thought this was kind of crazy. We've got E26 and E27 that we need to put a part in between in the next step. Let's see, it's clear down here, so we have to put that together, and it goes here on the front of the bulldozer. So I would just as soon make this up and let it dry, and then insert that in between these as we're building it. Anyway, first thing I want to do is glue these 2 halves together and glue together this here. Okay, so let's go back down to the bench. Okay, I've got quite a few clothespins, which seem to be a pretty good clamp. So I've got more here too, but I just want to see how they're gonna. You want to use a clamp that's going to be too overpowering. Yeah, that should work just fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do, probably do the outside first. I haven't really finished sanding this because I want to get this seam together, and then I'll probably end up sanding it all together at the same time. But I'll go ahead and put a little glue on it, and I'll just work my way around the outside because that's the seam that we're going to see. And I want it to look nice, and then I'll work on the inside as we go. Okay, so let's see here. Just kind of try. I did refill this bottle with my airbrush cleaner. I'll just keep going like that, and then as I get this side done, I'll clamp it. It fits really, really well. I learned a lesson yesterday. My wife bought some balloons for our party for our great-granddaughter, and she asked me to blow them up, so I thought, well, I'll just use the compressor that I use for my airbrush. Now, I didn't realize it, but the balloons she bought had confetti in them. You probably see where this is going. See, I've got some glue on the side here, so I'm going to have to just leave this alone for a while. Anyway, I was blowing the balloons up and one popped right over my workbench. So yeah, I had confetti everywhere. I'm going to just let that, I'm still picking confetti up. I'm going to just clamp this. I haven't glued the inside edge yet, but I've got some glue on there and I don't want to be getting fingerprints everywhere, so I'm going to just leave that set for a while. Then I'll come back and I'll glue the inside edge a little later. So let's go ahead and work on getting this pulley together. Yeah, so needless to say, I was very surprised when that thing popped and I had confetti just everywhere. But anyway, now this, I don't quite understand this, but they're saying not to glue these little pulley parts in, like they're going to actually rotate and be, you know, need to be movable for lifting the blade and things. It's going to be a static display. So you're not really going to need to have those moving. So when we put this all together, I'm not going to be real concerned about whether or not the pulleys will turn or not. So we've got, see, and I've got glue on there now. So we've got a pulley, and then we have this center part, and then we have another pulley, or I guess they're, I don't know if they call them sheaves. Different parts of the world, I'm sure, have different names for them. And then this will go on top. That pin's actually not quite long enough. I was very careful to make sure I cut it off where the instructions showed. It doesn't really come through. Well, I'm sure it will be okay. Put a little glue on the seam. I'm not used to having extra on the brush, and it's kind of running down. See, that pin does not go all the way through. Well, I'll go ahead and put a drop of glue in here. Like I say, I'm not really concerned about it, about the pulley actually operating, just that it's actually there. That's going to be tricky getting the thread through there, but I guess I'll manage it. It kind of has to go under and back out. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just let this set up. I've got some seams that I'm going to need to sand and clean up a little later, but that's alright. Okay, this glue's still got a ways to go. I think I'm going to go ahead and let's see, what can I do here? I was going to shut the camera off for a little bit, but I've got these, this is what the pulley will mount to on the top here. We've got these go together, then these go around the top. This is for the other side. 4 of those, yeah. So this needs to go together. That's something I didn't quite understand. It says to put this together with this pin in here, but don't glue it to this part, glue it to that part. Let's take a look. Let me double check the instructions. I'm sure I'll probably want the blade to be able to pivot. Yeah, here. I'm taking that, well, I don't know. I'm taking that, I think, is that because these are going to go, I'm not sure. Let me shut the camera off here, and I'm going to study things just a little bit. So I'll be back after this glue sets up. Thanks, guys. Okay, I've got this joint that goes all the way around here, all finished off really nice, and I've sanded it. I sanded it with 400, then I sanded it with 1000, and I think it's pretty good. I don't know if you can see it or not. This little pin is what they want you to pivot the blade on. I'm not real crazy about that. It's really short and it's really small. I'll put a picture up over here so you can see it better, but I'm afraid that's just going to break. MiniArt plastic is not that soft, or not that hard anyway. It's fairly soft. I'm afraid that's just going to snap off on me. This will go here, okay, and it's got a hollow in the inside. What I'm going to do, I'm going to look and see if I can find a little piece of brass, and I'll put it on my lathe and I'll turn it down to that dimension, but I'll make it to where it's long enough it goes all the way through. What they want you to do is they've got these two little parts here with a recess in them, and you're supposed to build this up and capture that little pin, and that's what the blade swivels on. And I got a feeling about the first time that I try and do that, it's going to just snap off. So for right now, I'm going to probably go ahead and call this video done, and I'm going to go look through my pieces of brass and stuff that I got, and I'll probably fire the lathe up and trying to make another pin this size, but lots longer, to where it goes all the way through, and that way I can glue it together, and I can glue these on. It actually goes this direction, but I can glue that in there without worrying about gluing to the pin, and that way the blade will have some more support, because I'm really afraid that if I go hanging this big old thing on that one little pin, there goes one of my lights, change the battery in it. But I'm going to have to spend a little time figuring out what brass I've got and getting the pin made and stuff. So I'll probably go ahead and call it for today, guys, and we'll come back and we'll see what we can do with this tomorrow. Okay, all right, we'll talk to you later. Okay, bye bye.